That is it. The half hour is done. My stint here today on Radio 2 is done. Thank you to my adult babysitters, Planty and Lewis. We'll be back tomorrow. Usual time, usual stuff from 4 o'clock. After 7, Best the Piano Room with Kenneth Bruce, Will Young, James Blunt, Tom O'Dell, JP Cooper. It is amazing. I love the Piano Room. That is all on the way. I'm off home now because my wife's going out for a birthday. I've got to try and convince 2 kids that going to bed early is a good idea. Wish me luck. Send me prayers. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Happy birthday, babe.
BBC News at 7 o'clock. This is Anthony Birchley. The Met Office says 2022 is on course to be the hottest year ever recorded in the UK. Initial figures show that every month except December has been warmer than average. It follows a warning from the National Trust that the extreme weather seen this year could now be the norm. Mike Kendon is from the Met Office.
A statistic like that relies on consistent warmth throughout the year, and in fact every month of the year except December has been warmer than average. All 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer and autumn, have been in the top 10, and we've had far more warmer than average days than colder than average days.
Police are continuing to question a man and a woman in connection with the fatal shooting of a woman on Christmas Eve. Ellie Edwards was shot outside the Lighthouse Inn pub in Wallasey just before midnight on Saturday. Police have suggested she wasn't the intended target of the attack and have issued a fresh appeal for information. Our correspondent Danny Savage is outside the pub.
It's clear that police still are missing pieces to this jigsaw. They still want more information. They've released a very slick video for social media to try and get more information from people who might know things. But just from talking to people here, they are scared. They are scared of the people who are responsible, and as a result, there are lots and lots of police officers on the streets in this neighbourhood to reassure people who feel very worried about what had happened.
Italy's become the first European country to introduce mandatory COVID testing for visitors from China. Beijing has announced plans to reopen its borders next month, despite coronavirus cases soaring across the country. Taiwan, Japan, India and Malaysia are also tightening the rules for travellers, and the US has said it's considering introducing tougher measures. Professor Anne Ramon is an epidemiologist at UCLA University in California. She says potential mutations of the virus still present a threat.
Our concern is if there is unchecked spread of the virus and it's spreading so quickly in a very large, very vulnerable population, you could see the opportunity for a new variant to arise that could threaten the rest of the world. An infection anywhere is potentially an infection everywhere.
Roman Catholic leaders have urged people to pray for the former Pope Benedict XVI, whose health has taken a sudden turn for the worst. The current Pope Francis has visited the 95-year-old. The government says it wants strike action to come to an end with a fair settlement, but that shouldn't involve double-digit wage rises. Some Border Force staff, railway workers and driving instructors have gone on strike again today. The co-leader of a failed plot to abduct the governor of the US state of Michigan has received a 19-year prison sentence. Barry Croft, a member of a far-right militia group, planned to kidnap Democrat Gretchen Whitmer. And the weather, blustery showers will persist tonight, particularly in the west of the UK. Snow is possible on higher hills of Scotland, but it'll be drier in the southeast with some clear spells. That's the BBC News at 7:03.
Radio 2's Piano Room.
Hello, Ken Bruce here, back once again for another selection of performances from the best of Radio 2's Piano Room. We'll be hearing from Tom O'Dell, James Blunt,
Adrenaline, like a flashbang in the dark. Adrenaline, I take just one look at you, and I think I'm bulletproof. When you hold me in your arms, adrenaline.
and Natalie Imbruglia.
There's nothing where you used to lay. My conversation has run dry. That's what's going